Hey guys, welcome to Monner's Market and welcome to the DIY Garland Challenge that is being hosted by the Schwowins Nest and SimplyRoots SimplyLiving. There will be a playlist at the end of my video, and be sure to go and watch everyone on the playlist, and I am guaranteeing you will be inspired by all of these tutorials, and you will find that it's very easy to make your own garland for your mantle or your tree or whatever else you want to decorate this year. I am brand new to YouTube. My name is Brenda Cochran of Monner's Market. My grandkids call me Monner, so that's kind of where that name come from, and I cherish it. So I am going to get right into the video, but before I do, I just want to mention that I ordered a stand for making my videos that will be here today, and I've been doing a lot of research since I ordered it. So keep in mind when you watch this video, and hopefully you will subscribe to my channel and go back and watch my other videos and comment and give them thumbs up and all that good stuff. But I don't even have 100 subscribers yet. I'm super close, so become one of my newest subscribers. But my next video, I post every Monday and sometimes occasionally in between, is going to be so much better because I will have the stand, and I have been doing so much research on not only filming, but filming specifically for YouTube. So be patient with me and enjoy the video. Make sure you watch that playlist. And again, thank you to the Schwowins Nest and SimplyRoots SimplyLiving for allowing me to be part of this amazing collaboration. This is what the Schwowins Nest page will look like when you go to it, and I have been following her for a little while. She is so talented, and I love watching her. And this is SimplyRoots SimplyLiving. Now, I haven't been watching her as long because I'm kind of just discovering that there's other people, but they are equally talented. Okay, so let's go over these supplies. Going from the top left, the first two set of snowflake ornaments came from the Dollar Tree. The two with the red across the top, I want to say came from Michael's, but it could have been Hobby Lobby or a host of other places. So if you recognize that label, remind me where I got them from. In the orange bowl, I have a variety of wood beads that I have picked up from literally everywhere. In that small red bowl and the pine cones are some pieces that I got from a garland that I got from the Dollar General for $2. And it was super cute, but it wasn't very long at all. So I deconstructed it to use to add with, oh, and it did have some of those little wood beads in it too, to add to the things that I was using. And then a variety of a couple of different ribbons and some berry garland from the Dollar Tree. The first thing I did was to lay it out on my floor exactly like I wanted to string it up. And I was really glad in the end that I did this because it made the stringing of this garland go so much faster. And I'm showing you there, some tape, and I wrapped around the tip end of it, and it made it a lot harder and more firm so that I could string everything through there a lot easier. Those pine cones are kind of small, and it was a little bit hard to see where the top hole was at because it was kind of down in those little sprigs that stick out. And wrapping that tape around it and giving it that extra little bit of stability really helped to push it through the pine cones. It helped to push it through all of it, but mainly the pine cones. And I didn't measure this, but I want to say my mantle is 6 feet across at the top because I've measured it before, and it's been years ago. We've been here for like 30 years, so I don't really remember, but I want to say it's somewhere around 6 foot. So I made sure when I laid everything out that it measured at least 6 feet. And it was probably a little over because, I don't know, I wasn't really exact. But regardless, it's a pretty long garland. Now, I could only work in 20, 30-minute increments because I've got a lot of metal in my body. I'm old as dirt, and part of growing old is your body kind of falling apart on you if you don't take good care of it in the early years. And I didn't. Now I'm paying the price. But, I mean, I'm an old lady. I'm a mother, grandmother, and I even have 2 great-grandchildren with the 3rd great-grandchild on the way. 18 grandkids. Let me brag about my family here just a little bit. 7 kids, 18 grandkids, 2 greats, and like I said, the 3rd great on the way. So enough about that. Let's get back to the Garland. So I took it, like I said, laid it out, made it go so much easier, but I could only work for little bits at a time before I'd have to kind of stand up and work my body and, just move it around or whatever. Now, what I should have recorded was me trying to get my old heavy behind off that floor. It was a sight. And me and my husband just laugh. He's trying to help me up. And he's got some metal in his back too, where he's had several back surgeries. And we're just a hot mess together. But you know what? I would not want to grow old with anybody but him. God truly, truly blessed me when he gave me my husband. I could sit here and take all of the time on this video to brag on him and never even touch the surface of what a wonderful man God has blessed me with. But it was comical to see us. There was one point where I went to get off the floor and we were laughing so hard. He didn't have the strength to pull me up and I didn't have the strength to get up. So I just sat back down and kind of laid flat on the floor for a little bit to give my back a rest. So it would have been funny had we had a camera set up to record that. You guys would have got a pretty good laugh out of that. But anyway, I would just kind of reach over and grab, sections of what I had laid out and just string it on there. And it was, once I got it laid out, it was really easy after that. I just took everything and put it in order, tied my little ribbons on, and I love the way it turned out. Now, if you remember in that first picture, there was a wooden C, the letter C. I was going to put that right in the middle for my last name, Cochran, and I must have set it aside somewhere because I completely forgot about it and didn't remember until I had it about 3/4 of the way done, and I was not pulling that back off to add that C. And then I also thought about like adding it just by maybe tying a little piece of twine to the middle. However, right in the middle, there are 3 or 4 beads, a snowflake, and 3 or 4 beads. And that's the only place it looks like that because it's kind of mirrored on the left and right. And I would have had to either cut my twine, which I didn't want to do, or break off the snowflake, and I didn't want to do that. So I just ended up leaving it like it was. And you'll see whenever we get to the end that it was cute either way. And the C would have hung sideways, if that makes sense, because there's only one hole. If you look at those little stars, I mean, not stars, but God, why do I want to keep calling these sunflowers? Snowflakes that have the red and the gold flowers in the middle of them that came off that garland I tore apart. They have 2 holes, and they strung beautifully on this garland. But those bigger snowflakes only have 1 at the tip end. So when they hang, they don't hang where they're facing outward at you. They're kind of long ways. Does that make sense? It's going to make sense when we get to the end and you can see it actually hanging. But that's what I done. Forgot my C, and it's okay. I mean, I really like the way it turned out either way. And this was actually my very first garland that I've ever done, so I was proud of myself. And right there where I'm at, I missed a pine cone and had to start over and take off not start over, but I ended up taking off that snowflake and 3 of those beads. But that's as far as I was going with starting over. I would have probably just rearranged the whole thing because it was very time consuming, but so much fun. And it will not be my last garland. I have 2 fireplaces in my home, and I am absolutely going to make another garland now because this was so much fun, and I'm so glad that I joined this collaboration. And let me just say again, if you have not been to the Schwowins Nest or the Simply Roots, Simply Living, SimplyRoots, do yourself a favor and go. Now, there's only going to be a handful of you who find me first because you're subscribed to me. So I'm only talking to a very select few. And the ones of you who found me through them, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to watch my video. I am so honored to be a part of their collaboration and just tickled to death. I cannot say enough about these 2 amazingly talented ladies. And I would really like to take this opportunity to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing these open collaborations and giving people like me who have just started the chance to kind of jump in the crowd and get a video out there and hopefully get my name out there and raise my subscribers. Once I get to, see, there's my middle right there where it's got the 3 beads and the little, I almost said sunflower again, snowflake. That's the very middle of my garland. And I don't know what happened to my lighting here. I don't remember turning the lights off at any point, but for whatever reason, this particular clip got really, really dark. So I'm going to kind of speed through this one where you don't have to strain your eyes to watch it. But I'm basically just continuing what I was doing to begin with. And that was it when I reached the end. And here it is on my mantle. Now, I have not decorated for Christmas yet, so it may look out of place. But look right there in the very, very middle. You can't see the sunflower. I mean, gosh, you know what? I'm going to have to paint those suckers yellow and call them sunflowers because I'm determined. But look at those, how cute those were. But the snowflake, see right there, that's my middle right there. You can't see it because it turns long ways like that one. So I would probably, if I did it again, take my drill and just drill a couple of little holes in there to string them like this one right here, the red one, because they lay perfect on that garland. But this being my very first garland, I am so proud of it. And I'm so glad that I found out about this collaboration and was a part. That's the middle right there again. And was able to be a part of it. But I had started mentioning earlier and got sidetracked. Once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And I'm super excited about that. But this is the end of my video, and this is my garland. Thank you again for watching my video. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, hit that little bell on the side. And I always click all so that I don't miss anything that the people I subscribe to upload. And that will also show you every time I upload something. I would love it if you would comment on my videos and even share them, because that will really help support my channel and get me up to where I would really like to be. And again, super brand new. I've only been here for about a month. Just a handful of subscribers, but I would love for you to become one of my newest ones. Leave me a comment and let me know if you have subscribed, and if you're new, leave me a comment and let me know how you liked my garland. But thank you again for coming. Thank you to the Schwowins Nest and SimplyRoots, SimplyLiving for doing this. And we will see you soon. God bless you. I forgot to mention that you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram, as well as here on YouTube, all at Moners Market. And I'm super excited to announce that my website will be up and running within the next week or two. And you can find me at www.monersmarket.com. So come and join me, check me out, and please subscribe. Thank you.